cool. I'm like mesmerized.
There's plenty more coming.
Hello one, hello all, and welcome to Similori Field, your aerial view. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. We are bringing you some Bulldog baseball, folks. The unbeaten 5-0 Westerly Bulldogs are hosting the Crusaders from Prout. They just got done defeating the Crusaders 9-2 just 2 days ago on an away and home back-to-back. And they hope to complete the sweep here tonight with their ace Ponce on the mound here against the Westerly. He was on the mound the one time we've had this team earlier in the season in their opener, and he has one save since then, and this will be his second start of the season. We expect a great baseball game, folks. Like I said, beautiful afternoon for baseball. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner Shane Belanger. We have Elisa down the line behind the lens. Together we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We have high hopes of this baseball team. They have high expectations of themselves. They have state title hopes. Anything less would be a disappointment according to the players. And they've played that way this season. They had one real test, an 8-inning battle versus Narragansett. That was on the away end of a back-to-back. But they pulled through. I guess the crowd was intense in that game on both sides from what I've heard. Like I said, it was away at Sprague Park. And they pulled away with a 5-3 victory. So other than that, there's been a little bit of a spread, a little division between the scores. They, in fact, after 5 games, have defeated their opponent by the score of 35 runs to 9. So the Bulldogs starting their season the way they had hoped, the way they expect of themselves. I know that they have their eye down the line in their schedule on a non-leaguer, that Waterford game. Waterford's such a quality club over there in Connecticut, and Wesley had wanting to test themselves, put that game right up on the schedule, and like they said, it's a mid-season big test for that. But we're in the here and now, and they're focused on this game right now, looking to move to 6-0. Ponce a couple more pitches, and we're going to throw down. We're going to get this thing started. Costa with his throw down, and warm-ups are over, and we are ready for some baseball here. Like I said, live baseball, Similori Field. I'll keep you updated on all the other sports and their goings-on since Tuesday, where they stand today. But right here, we got a lefty to start things off for the Crusaders, and that's going to be number 13, Derek Gismondi, to open things up here, folks. Few instructions by the umpire, a couple dugout alterations, and we're ready to go here. First pitch from Similori Field, Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, your only home for Westerly sports, folks. Here we go. The kick and the lefty's first delivery. A little bit low and away. And Ponce known for his control. He paints the corners with his pitches. He's not an overpowering pitcher. He does have a little pop on his pitch. He can spike right at you, but he paints the corners. In this pitch, on the inside corner, the lefty is swinging a miss. And that's right in the lefty's wheelhouse, I got to be honest with you. A little bit low and in, that's where I used to love him, I'll tell you that. And I know there's a lot of better lefties than me. That's their striking zone. But he is not scared. He challenges him. That up and away. I called a strike on the outside of the plate. Like I said, you're not going to see much directly over the plate. You're going to see top corner, right corner, low and in, low and away. And low and away, fights it off. Number 13, Gismondi does. Nice location by Ponce. So the Bulldogs finishing 9-2 was their last game on Tuesday versus the Crusaders. Tenuta getting the victory in that game. And a check swing, strike 3 it is. So Ponce strikes out the first batter of the game. 6-pitch strikeout for Ponce, and that's the way he wanted to start things off. Field looks beautiful out here. If you want your yard to look as beautiful as a baseball field, McQuaid's Ace Hardware. This production brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly. And the righty for the Crusaders, first pitch, low, called a ball. Was over the plate, just low. Number 22 steps in, Andrew Friends, the senior third baseman for the Crusaders. And that's going to be away, and he tries to pull it instead of going with it. Shortstop's going to go off his chin, and that's going to be an error for Westerly. Kind of needed Simmons to go through and cut that off if they wanted any chance at the play at first base. So good spot, good location on the swing. That's going to be, it's going to go in the books as an error. There's no doubt about that, but he might have been able to outrun it either way. Regardless, we have one out, one on, and number 42, who I do believe is going to be the starting pitcher. I looked down in the bullpen before the game. That's the senior Jack Kesner. The big righty steps in. One on, one out for the Bulldogs. Ponce looks. Full kick delivery. Inside, call the ball. 1-0. So I will say, in the first game that we watched Ponce, in the first couple innings of him pitching, he never started behind anybody. He was up 0-2 on almost every batter. And this is going to be low. Stays low. 2-0 count. Getting in a little bit of a dangerous area. Getting into a hitter's count here. The lead at first, the kick and the pitch. And that's going to stay away. Called a strike. That's what he wanted, that cutter that cuts away from a righty. 2-1 the count. And the pitch over the plate, and it's a slow hopper to second. Going to have to go to first with it. So the fielder's choice, 4-3, does advance the runner. 2 outs, though, man on second for the Bulldogs. Number 9 in, Bodie Kaiser, the junior for the Crusaders. One runner in scoring position. Would love to nick in, sneak in a run here in the top of the first inning if they could. A lot of green out there. But I will tell you that error is not a regularity for the Bulldogs. I don't have their season total on hand. But they are definitely a disciplined fielding squad. Tough location for that. Shortstop thought the third baseman was going to grab it. And that pitch stays inside, turns on it. High fly ball, deep to right. That's definitely foul and out of play. So he turned on it a little bit too much inside. And ahead of the batter, he is here with 2 outs. That's essentially what he wanted him to do with it. So the lefty-lefty matchup here. Top of the first inning, if you're just joining us. And the pitch upstairs and away, and Kaiser tried to turn on it and couldn't, fouls it away, 2 strikes. So having thrown a few more pitches than he would have liked in the first inning, shakes off 3 pitches now. If batter normally would step out at this point, decided not to, umpire, there you go. Finally calls the timeout. Generally it's the rule of 2. Always step out at that point. So he does step in here with 2 strikes, 2 outs, man on second base, top of the first inning. Bulldogs trying to avoid any damage here in the first on the error. Steals third, the pitch is away. It's going to be a ball. The throw down goes to left field. Doesn't get up on time, so he's not going to be able to advance. So there is a runner on third base. That pitch missed the spot, so that's a ball. Still 2 strikes on the batter. Now a hit would definitely play to run for the Crusaders. Now it doesn't matter where the location is. It would have had to obviously tuck itself in a nice spot to advance the runner 2 bases. So 2 outs, runner on third. The 2-strike pitch. Over the plate, turns on it, and that's a single they needed, folks. Drops in the gap in right center field. And the center fielder for the Bulldogs puts it on, and I'll tell you what, if they didn't steal third before that, I don't think he would have got around 2 bases. So great job coaching for the Crusaders in the top of the first inning. And a little punch and Judy baseball. Steal third, light single, good defensive 2-strike swing. What an at bat that was from Bodie Kaiser. Behind the entire time, choked up, choke and poke. And like I said, the steal of third was what they needed. I don't know if he would have gotten the 180 feet on that short of a single. So they move forward here, runner on first base, 2 outs, 1 run plated here in the top of the first. It is an unearned run. The runner earned his way on an error. It was an E6 for the Bulldogs. And that pitch is over the plate and sprayed out of bounds, out of play on the right side. I go from sport to sport, folks, so sometimes it's out of bounds, sometimes it's out of play. Stepping in here, number 11, Matthew Chofe, freshman, so shortstop. So leader of the infield, a freshman for the Crusaders. Must be one heck of an athlete. And the pitch, nice breaking ball. Stayed low, though. Didn't get the call, wanted it. Broke late, stayed low. He checked swing, called safe. Still ahead, 2 strikes, trying to get out of this now. Now he's definitely above the pitch count that he wanted here in the first. Slide step, upstairs, breaking ball, fouls it away. Again, that's just another pitch chalked on. So as I was saying, this production brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning: mulch, lime, fertilizer, lawnmowers, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, folks, you don't need it. So the 2-strike pitch we're getting ready for here. 2 outs, runner on first. Crusaders have plated 1. And that's a strike, and that's going to be sprayed out of play, foul again to the right. So another high pitch at bat for the Crusaders. Nice job by Prout making Ponce work in this first inning. Even if they walk away with a 1 run, if they have a pitch count, 25 pitch area in the first, I don't think it's that high, but if you even get them near 20, that's well above where they want them. I mean, you're not going to put them out there for no 120 pitches here on the 6th game of the season. Full kick, steals second, delayed steal, turns on it, rips it out of play, foul. So he got a pitch he liked, but he was ahead of it. And again, another foul ball and another pitch for Ponce, who's living ahead here, 1-2 the count. Then the umpire trying to retrieve some baseballs. There is not a cloud in the sky. Wind is easy at the moment. You can pick up at any time at this field. The pitch, low, holds off, ball 2. The kick and the 2-strike pitch stays outside. And a good at bat again by this Proud Crusader, Chofei, making Ponce work for everything. Checks him at first. He is in all right. Bulldogs at normal depth here. And the pitch outside, gets under it, fouls it out of play. And we're well into double digits on this at bat here, pitch count wise. And that does cause mental frustration for a pitcher. Now at this point, he wants to get the heck in the dugout here because he knows. I mean, every pitcher wants a decision, which means they want to get through 4. And you got to keep it low early. And that's over the plate, gets a hard piece of it. 1 hopper to second, scooped up and fired to first. So they get out of the inning with only 1 mark on the board. So the Bulldogs trail by 1 going into the bottom half, their home half of the first inning. I will tell you the outs that were hit, they were hit hard by the Crusaders, even that one. They did a nice job of going with that. Bulldogs did a good job fielding. If they had not had that error or that runner, the unearned run wouldn't even be on the board. Big thing for me in the top of the first is Ponce Jr.'s pitch count. I think he had to throw a lot of pitches. The Crusaders did a great job of making him work to work for everything after the first out. It looked like he got behind that first batter and continued throughout the inning. So that being said, this production brought to you in part by Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer, located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up to $700 off a new phone with trade-in. Switch from current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. Production also brought to you in part by Strategia, website design and maintenance, social media management, search engine optimization, local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. Remy's Cycles and Teddy's Toys, both located 53 Railroad Avenue, Westerly, Rhode Island. Hometown service, Remy's Cycles, bicycle sales and service, cycling accessories, clothing, safety gear, the latest in electric bike technology, stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, toy store located at the same location, downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Modern toys, classic toys, board games, model building, and stuffed animals. And Valenti Subaru. Subaru sales and service located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly RI. Valenti means value. With over 90 years in the auto business, the Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile are the cornerstones our business is built upon. Okay, that being said, if you're just joining us, folks, I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. He was in control of the drone. It's going to be the newest addition to the Westerly Live arsenal. And we have Lisa down the line behind the lens. Together we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We are heading to the home half of the first inning. Bulldogs trail 1-0 versus the Prout Crusaders here at Similary Field. It is absolutely gorgeous. The Proud Crusaders doing a really good job, in my opinion. I'd be happy if I were the coach. Only one run, but a one hard-earned run defensively for the Bulldogs, for Ponce. High pitch count. So the Bulldogs, Ponce will step in, try to get on base, help out his own effort a little bit here. And we're ready to go. Number 42, Kesner, did contribute in the first inning. First pitch is a strike fastball right down the middle. He's a first baseman senior pitcher for the Crusaders. And he reached base in the first inning. And the second pitch fast, that was a little break on it, but it was blown away. Looks like we have polar opposite styles on the mound today, a power pitcher in Kesner and a location pitcher in Ponce. And that pitch, fastball, Ponce gets on top of, grounded to short. They're going to make a good throw with it, gets it on the run, and the pit, and he is out at first. And that's going to be a 6-3 ground out for the Bulldogs. Almost made it there, Ponce did, but on top of the ball a little bit too much. Nice play by the shortstop, the freshman shortstop, Matthew Chofe, who had one heck of an at-bat in the top of the first, double-digit pitches. Stepping in, big man Greg Gorman for the Bulldogs. And the delivery. The pitch right over the heart of the plate, swing and a miss. So he's ahead 0-1. Like I said, the Bulldogs, having just played Prout at their house, came away with a 9-2 victory. The 0-1 delivery, and the pitch stays up and away. And Kesner gets the mound ready where you'd like to see here. We have some news around the league. And the 1-2 pitch hit hard, just got a little bit too far under. Sprays it to left field if you can locate it. Looks like he has a beat on it, and he does. So it's a high out by Gorman. Did a nice job of trying to go with it, just got too far under it, and that's 2 up, 2 down for the Bulldogs. So this going exactly how Prout would have liked off the bus. And that's going to be turned on, a rope. And unfortunately, right at him, first pitch swinging. And like I said, he got a really good piece of it, unfortunately, right at the left fielder. So the exact opposite for Kesner. Kesner threw about 6 pitches that inning. And so that one run in the long run is bigger than really one really is in the entirety of the game here. So after one inning of play, and boy, was that a quick half inning for Ponce. Not much time to breathe, not much time to rest and get, especially considering the fact that he had a bat. He was the leadoff hitter. So he had about maybe 6 minutes to actually sit down and get a break and get his composure, and now he's back up on the hill and ready to go. So everything in the first inning, if you really kind of dissect behind the scenes what that one run really is and what went into the one run and what comes out of it, that was a big win, big first inning win by Prout. That being said, last game with Bulldogs earning their 5th win of the season against Prout, Jack Tenuta had one heck of a game. He had a bases clearing double here in the win on the hill. It was a 9-2 victory by the Bulldogs in the League Division II contest. Tenuta's double came in the 3rd inning and beat the left fielder right over his head. The Bulldogs scored 4 runs in that inning. and they took their 9-2 lead and went on for the win. Tenuta is hitting .500 on the season with 3 doubles. He's pitched 6 innings, striking out 5 while allowing 1 earned run. He has 14 strikeouts in 16 innings and an ERA of 1.31 this season. So Jack Tenuta having one heck of a season, folks. And let me tell you, the Bulldogs are going to enjoy his company for 2 more years after this to come. He's only a sophomore. I have more to say about him going forward, but I'm going to leave a little bit of the excitement here. We're going to spread it out over 7 innings. I only have so much to say, you know. So coming in at bat here and stepping in, number 6, Ryan Barrett, the sophomore infielder pitcher for the Crusaders. Ponce looking to hit his spots, and right out the gates he's low. So right off the spot, right on the first batter, I noticed a little something was a little bit off of him. He's the only pitcher we've seen. This is the second time we've seen him, and he came out with command in his first appearance versus Narragansett. It was that day, hitting the outside corner there, 1-1 the count. He had massive control of that cutter. He was using the edges. He was painting it away. They couldn't get the meat of the bat on the ball. Nice pitch there. That was staying inside. Now he gets ahead of this batter, 1-2. Much more like it. He is a rhythm pitcher. He gets back right up on that hill and pitches, as you can see now. He's in a rhythm at this point. Right there, swing and a miss. 3 strikes in a row. If you're a batter versus Ponce and you get 2 strikes, in my mind, if you've done your research pre-game going into the game, you step out immediately. Otherwise, you're going to have a pitch on the way within 3 seconds. Advantage pitcher. So, I mean, any scouting report should say that. I've seen 1 batter for Prout step out. So we'll see if they do that a little more often or if they allow Ponce to get into a rhythm. That one stays a little bit low and away, 1-0 count. The kick and the pitch, that's over the plate on the inside portion, swing and a miss. When he's hitting his spots, even when they're over the plate, they are tough spots to hit. So we're starting to see a little bit of it this inning. And the swing and foul back. Another strike, 1-2. So he had a 5-pitch first batter, and there's 3 pitches here. That's 8. 2 strikes. And the pitch, that's over the plate, fighting it away. The Crusaders thus far doing a real good job with 2 strikes, making Ponce work. That was a little bit on the upper portion of the strike zone, right over the heart of the plate. And the 2-strike delivery, that's a beautiful breaking ball, swing and a miss. My God, that thing dove from right to left from my angle, and that thing was nearly impossible to hit. So Ponce looking like he's getting into a little bit of a better groove here than the first inning, records his first strikeout, and looks like he was in command of that batter the entire time. Frustratingly, he fouled off a few pitches, but either way, man, that's a swing and a miss right over the heart of the plate. A little pop on that pitch, and that's like I said, he does have that in his arsenal, and now he's looking like he's getting in control. The batters aren't calling timeout. They aren't stepping out, and that's going to be called a ball. Josh misses on the inner portion. I think he wanted that. He backs right into his spot, glove ready, 1-1 count, and the kick's up already. You have a clock on that, strike 2, foul back. If you time that rhythm on non-foul balls and watch him from his landing point on his delivery, he will catch the ball from the catcher, take 2 steps back, and begin. It's something to see. And foul back again. Now we got 2 strikes on the batter. He's ahead. He's hitting his spots. They can't get a full piece of it, and they're touching the strike zone. So Ponce took about an inning to get the control that he normally get the command that he normally has. And that's a breaking ball. Strike 3. What a beauty. Full control, folks, that inning. And that is the Dean Ponce Jr. that you're capable of seeing. That's the Dean Ponce Jr. that's heading to Rick next season to pitch for Rhode Island College. And that was a short inning. That was probably maybe a 9-10 pitch inning in the out area estimated, and 2 strikeouts. So far different results. That's a huge sigh of relief for the coaching staff. Even the rest of the team, because when they know that he's on his game, the Bulldogs are in fully capable of making up a deficit of 1 run. So after 1.5 innings of play, the Bulldogs head to the bottom half of the first inning. Their chance to score, and they trail 1-0. Kesner, who had a pretty much perfect first inning, very few pitches, no runs, no hits allowed. And he will try to add to that. His approach is, it looks like he's more of a power pitcher. He does have a breaking ball in his arsenal. I've seen in warm-ups, and he just threw one. And that being said, Prout is coming out looking for a little revenge after dropping a 9-2 loss 2 days ago. And that was the 5th game of the season. In the 4th victory of the season, the Bulldogs topped NFA by a score of 7-4, and that was the last appearance that Ponce had. He got the save in that game. So it's been a couple games since he's pitched, so he had a little bit of rust to knock off. And like I said, this is only his 2nd start in 6 games, which really is about appropriate early on in the season. So the Crusaders will throw down. And we're about to get started here in the home half of the 2nd inning, folks. If you're just tuning in, we are live at Similori Field watching Bulldog baseball. The Bulldogs do trail 1-0. It's early on in this one, only the bottom half of the 2nd. Prout Crusaders in town. Bulldogs just knocked off Prout on Tuesday by a score of 9-2 behind the arm of Jack Tenuta. And Michael Poole came in for the save, the freshman, having a heck of a start to the season, as are the Bulldogs in their entirety. They come into this one with a 5-0 record, having outscored their opponents by a score of 35-9. Dean Ponce Jr. is on the rubber for the Bulldogs. And at bat, Travis Costa, the catcher. And he takes ball 1, first pitch. Dugout excited for the Bulldogs. They're a loud team, and they're a confident team. So Prout did come out in the 1st inning. Everything went their way both halves of the inning. And Dean Ponce turned it right around, which is exactly what the Bulldogs wanted to see. Takes pitch number 2 as it skirts past the catcher, and that's going to be ball 2. So ahead of the count, 2-0, Travis Costa, the catcher for the Bulldogs. And Ponce, having batted in the bottom half, got no time to rest because the Bulldogs went down in order. Did exactly what he needed to do. And the ground ball chopper on a 2-0 pitch. Scooped up with 2 hopper, throw to first base, 6-3 out. Aggressive hitting by Costa. Got to be a hitter's pitch. Just got a little bit of ahead of it and topped it. That's 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs. Here comes the sophomore, Jack Tenuta, having one heck of a start to his sophomore varsity season. On both the mound and at bat and in the field. Takes the first pitch strike. Bulldogs still looking for their first base runner. And the pitch, breaking ball inside, swing and a miss. It stayed in on him, didn't really actually break, and couldn't get anything onto it. So we have 2 strikes here. 0-2, 1 out, nobody on for the Bulldogs. Bottom of the 2nd inning here in this Division II league matchup, and that's a ball. Bulldogs looking to stay unbeaten. And the pitch in the upper portion of the strike zone, that portion that most batters like, and he tops it foul into his own dugout. Looks like it might have been a little bit of an off-speed pitch. I'll tell you what, if you're in high school and you have that 3rd pitch and it's an off-speed pitch, or even if you only have 2, and the 2nd one you have command of an off-speed pitch, then you're deadly. And that one breaks low and away. So back into it here, 2-2 the count for Tenuta having a nice at-bat here. Still fighting with 2 strikes, trying to become the first base runner for the Bulldogs. Yeah, changeup, man, is that a tough pitch to adjust to for any batter at any level, but especially at this high school level. And that's going to be way out of it. So he works his count all the way back. Nice at-bat by Tenuta. As I said, he's contributing from everywhere, outfield, on the hill, and at-bat. And the pitch, and that's him in the inside portion, gets a piece of it, just a little one, stayed in. Not a cloud in the sky. There was a lot of action in Westerly Sports on Tuesday the 12th. We were at the lacrosse game at South Jerry Field while softball team played, and the baseball team played, and the volleyball team played, and the full count pitch fouled out of play. So a good at bat, a lot of pitches. He's working up the pitch count, doing a little bit of what Prout did in the 1st inning. If you're going to make it out, make it a difficult out on the defense, but there's nothing saying that Tenuta's going to make it an out here. He is not an easy out. And he's showing that right now. He's kind of forcing you into the strike zone or a walk. And that one's going to be a strike on the top of the plate. He tops it foul to the left side. That would have been a strike. Again, that was one of those pitches. Didn't have a lot of pop to it. It sure doesn't look. It looks like a lot like a changeup. And if he does have command of that, he's got a breaking ball too, which he hasn't shown control of yet, but it does have a lot of break. So let's see what, I don't know Kesner's lineage as far as pitching for Prout. And that's what the play turns to another two-hopper to the shortstop. Third play of the game for the shortstop, 6-3. He is 3 for 3, so 2 up, 2 down for the Bulldogs. Shortstop, number 11, Matthew Chofed, having a great day so far. 3 for 3 from the field and 1 for 1 at the plate. Oh, only a freshman. And Westerly, intimidating team to play, tough environment as well. But it's a true field, I'll give you that. It's one of the best fields in the state to play on. There's not a lot of lift. You're going to get your no bounces. He's gotten some two hoppers, fielded them all on the run. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, their only run, the shortstop thought the third baseman was going to cut it off. Third baseman stopped to let it go for the shortstop. That little hiccup caused the error, and that runner ended up scoring. And that's a breaking ball, hangs up there, turned on. So a little slow curve ball there. This pitcher's showing a lot of savvy, a lot of control on the mound here of a lot of his pitches. That was one of the slower breaking balls I've seen him throw. And ahead of the batter he is here. 2 outs, 2 on, 0-2 count. And number 12 for the Bulldogs, Drew Bozak, a bat, sophomore. And he ground ball to second base. And that ground ball stays flat and easy. Throw to first, 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. So another good inning on the hill for Jack Kesner, the senior pitcher for the Prout Crusaders. We are Westerly Live, Westerly Radio, bringing you Bulldog Baseball live by Similority Field. This production brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, Wireless Zone, Strategia, Remy Cycles, Teddy's Toys, and Valenti Subaru. We are the only source for your home Westerly sports, folks. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or live on your web browser. Tune in on your Fire Stick, kick back, and put it on TV, folks. You're not going to watch high school sports like this anywhere else, I'll tell you that. So as Ponce warms up on the hill there, looking to continue off his second inning, and as I watch him warm up and I watch the hop in his step there in the second inning, which says a lot about him and his competitiveness, because he had a tough first inning, only gave up a run, but a high pitch count for the inning, and then he went up and had to lead off the inning, wasn't able to reach base. Got about 3 minutes to sit on the bench and gain his composure, get a drink and catch his breath. Hits the hill, 3 up, 3 down, got his command back, and he's going to work from there. So that's senior savvy. That's the collegiate level athlete has to be able to do that. If you're a pitcher, especially, and everybody knows that when you get to the next level, if you're a pitcher, you don't bat, and it's mainly for that reason. It's nearly impossible to erase an at bat in 3 minutes like he just did. And forget about it and take control on the hill that he didn't have in the first inning. So kudos to him. Still trailing 1-0 though. And I have to say, Prout came out to play ball today. They're playing one heck of a game. Number 1 for Prout, and he hit immediate rope between third and second, first pitch swinging, and that's Noah McParlin, the sophomore. So he gets that flat fastball. Looked like Ponce wanted to get a quick strike off on the at-bat, and he wasn't going to let him have it. And we're back to the leadoff, so they batted around. Derek Gismondi, sophomore outfielder for the Crusaders, up, no one out, and 1 on first. They're not going to get too much of a lead, but he does do 3 different kick styles. He's got a full kick delivery. He's got a portion. He's got a slide. So he does keep you off balance at first base. If he does give you that full kick, you do have time to go. Split screen is absolutely amazing. You get a live idea of what these players are really looking at. Bird's eye view also from the mastermind, Shane Belanger, next to be the head owner of Westerly Live, always adding to the quality of your entertainment here. The inside portion, swing and a miss, frustration on the batter. He wanted that, but that's that cutter. It looks like it's perfect. And then that cut too far inside for the batter. A lefty on the inside corner. It actually cut off the corner. Beautiful pitch by Ponce. Behind the count. And over the outside, he gets a good piece of this one. Wesley tracking it back, and he's got a beat on it, and the out made unassisted, but a good piece by Gizmonde. So 8 unassisted for the Bulldogs. First out of the inning. Stepping in for Prout, number 22, Andrew Friends, the senior third baseman. Runner on first. And a step back throw to first base. That was Bozak. Nice job in center field for the Bulldogs. Inside portion line drive, and that's sucked up. They're going to get a double up at first, and they do. Zach Beckler catches the line drive, rifles it off to first base to Evan Klein for the double play. Just what Ponce needed. Sort of cuts that first inning pitch count right in half, because this one was about 5 pitches. Great inning. I got to tell you, momentum has shifted in favor of the Bulldogs, even though they don't have a run on the board. You got to watch. You got to be able to watch, and you got to be able to see the intricacies of how this game is shifting to realize, really kind of understand what I mean by that. But it really has shifted, and you can hear it in the Bulldogs' attitude. Music playing from the dugout, and they do have to come to a solution here, because taking the hill is Jack Kesner, and thus far he's got something to say about that, because he's had a heck of a start to this game. 2 innings and really no threats. He's shown his ability to me to throw almost 4 pitches, really. I don't know if he means it, but he's got a slower version of his breaking ball and a faster version. He doesn't seem to have full control of it, but he's got it. And he seems to have an off-speed pitch, same situation. He hangs them there and leaves them there a little bit. But the speed change in high school at this level, that's enough to screw up most players, enough anyway. And he's definitely got a commanding fastball, but it does stay at its spot. It's pretty flat. So the Bulldogs going to have to make their adjustments to their almost around. They're still working out their order at bat to start things off. This inning for the Bulldogs going to be Evan Klein, who completed the back end of that double play. And on deck's going to be their third baseman, number 10, Shepard Simmons. So let's see if Klein and Simmons, a senior-junior combo, can get things started for the Bulldogs as Prout throws their last warm-up pitch. And we get ready for the bottom of the third inning live from Similori Field. And they throw down to second base. And number 11, Klein, steps in. He's got his hand up. That's one thing I mentioned earlier. We'll talk about in the other half of the inning about stepping out and letting Pons get into a rhythm. And that's on the inside portion, too far inside. Good take. A 1-0 count. Kesner's more of a conventional fix the mound. Sometimes get right back up if you feel it. And that one tailed, nice pitch. That's his cutter. So he gets off of that flat fastball I was referring to the two-seamer, and that cuts to the inside corner for a strike. Nice movement and location on that pitch for Kesner. I'm impressed thus far, two innings into his appearance here. And that one's inside, and he stays there and takes his base. That breaking ball never even got to the front end of the hook. And the Bulldogs get their base runner lead off the inning, just what the doctor ordered. Simmons steps in. Nobody out and one on. Take their freebie. And we're going to start seeing a little bit more of this Bulldog team as it grows and hopefully heads towards that state championship they desire. Tuesday, 11 a.m. Tune in, folks. We'll be back right here, Similori Field, for some Bulldog baseball action. And he checks the bump, pulls it back. That's a pass ball. Bulldogs will advance to second base, and he rounds it. And I'll mention, as I do most games, the cosmetics of this field. In a long distance, we're on that behind home plate to home plate. So if it does get past the catcher, it's generally an automatic, guaranteed base advance. And if you don't get back there quick enough, or if it takes a tricky, even trickles off a little bit off, you can get two base. You can go 180 feet. So there's a lot of real estate all the way around. And that pitch stays low and away. So Kesner a little rattled here at the moment. Bulldogs with their leadoff batter in scoring position, looking to tie things up here. Nobody out, Simmons up, and a 2-0 count. And the pitch over the plate, and he chops it. Tough spot, slow roller. They're not going to get him anywhere, I don't think. And they don't, safe everywhere. So infield single for Simmons, advances Klein to third, and the Bulldogs are officially in action. and you can hear it from the dugout. You can hear it from the stands. Simmons hustled all the way through because they did play it through, probably closer than I thought they would. Kesner did everything he could to make that play, and as you can see on the instant replay provided only by Westerly.live, folks, we got bird's eye behind home plate, split screen, instant replay. We're going to bring you Bulldogs action on both diamonds, softball and baseball, from angles you've never seen at the high school level. And Kesner's pitch pass ball, that's going to tie it up. Bat bounce for the Bulldogs. It's that tricky bounce I was telling you about, but they throw it and it gets past the pitcher. And that error is going to advance them to third. Simmons all the way around from first base. I told you this backstop can get tricky. It can get funky. It went all the way to the backstop with such speed, and it took a bounce directly off the center pole right back to the catcher. I almost made a play at home, still didn't. Like I said, you're almost never going to get a play at home. They tried to make it. It got past the pitcher, which advanced Simmons to third. The coaches out there for a little team huddle trying to calm everybody down because momentum has shifted. There's no doubt there's been a shapeshifter here on the field, folks, because momentum's down the third base line in the dugout. The ball game is tied now in the bottom of the third. Simmons on third, the lead runner, and there is still nobody out. At bat for the Bulldogs, Nick Fiore, the second baseman. Steps in. So the Bulldogs with nobody out. Really, the whole infield's in. They don't want to give up this run at all. And that's on the play line drive. Single. Kesner reached up, just not quite high enough. That went right by his glove. He had the height to reach up and actually get it. Not knocking him at all. I mean, that's nearly impossible to do. It's all just quick reaction. But that went right to the side of his glove. But that's a good piece of hitting, let me tell you, by Fiore. Reaches out, hits a solid single RBI, and just like that, the Bulldogs take the lead. They entered the bottom half of the inning down by one, and they have a 2-1 lead now. Still nobody out, runner on first base, and they are around to the leadoff, Dean Pons Jr., who is now batting with a lead. Trying to help his own cause, and that fastball is low and away. That last fastball to Fiore, the infield was in, and he just left it flat, four-seamer right over the plate, and Fiore made him pay. Line drive right back at him, got the glove up, but just right to the side of it, and just like that, step back throw, and he's in. Doesn't want to give him second base and get him in scoring position. Remember, folks, there's nobody out here still, and this entire lineup can hit, and we are at the top of it. So that's the danger zone. I say that's the danger zone, but you just watch the bottom of the lineup work. So that's what makes it comprises this Bulldog team. That's what makes it a contender. And Pons gets a good cut at that one. He liked it. That was there. Anybody would have liked that one. Fouls it back. Going to even up the count here. I'm still just impressed to the utmost at his ability in the first inning. Have a tough top half of the inning. Have to lead off the bottom half, not get on, get no rest in the dugout, and then step up on that mound 3 minutes later and suddenly take command. And that's what he did. He's got 2 straight innings of 6 up, 6 down. Yeah, that's a hard hitter right back to first. He doesn't even think to throw to second. I think he might have had a chance. And that was a high bouncer. He advances the runner. That's really all Ponce wanted to do. I mean, a coach could have called a sacrifice bunt in that situation regardless. So that's what that was the equivalent of, so he'll take it. Fielder's choice, it's going to go in the book as, unfortunately, because he didn't physically square the bunt. But had he, that was a swinging bunt. Now the Bulldogs have another runner in scoring position with 1 out. Singles possibly scores Fiore. And big man Gorman up, and one swing of the bat, he can score them both. And that's going to stay away. Every pitcher's inkling to any big lefty, I can tell you, is to throw on the outside. Throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. They got to realize that if this big lefty is a good baseball player, they practice going with the pitch away more than they even do turning on it. And that pitch is right over the heart of the plate, swing and a miss. He wanted that one, any lefty already would. So that evens the count at 1-1. So the lefty's natural swing, that's going to take care of your inner half and your lower inner half. Every lefty loves it. Ken Griffey Jr. showed you what a beautician, how beautiful his swing was. Greg Gorman has just got a beautiful swing when you put it there, and that's it right there. Up and in, that's the sucker pitch every lefty likes, up and in. Every righty likes it up and in on their side of the plate. So a nice location by Kesner. But one thing I will say is that outside portion, Gorman does a great job of going to left field with it, and he is getting a lot of respect by the left fielder. So they've done their scouting report. Right fielder's all the way at the warning track. Over the outside portion, and due to the distance, that's going to fall into the real estate, and that's going to score the run. Rounding third, not going to get a play at the plate. They throw, it's too late as he goes to the ground, and he advances to second. Gorman, that's just heads-up base running. And they make him touch home, but he already had touched it. I actually looked, took a double take. There's so much dirt over it you couldn't tell, but the umpire made the official sign safe, and the third run was official at that point, even though home plate is completely invisible. Great hitting by Gorman, exactly what I was trying to get across. Your inkling is to throw away, and that's where Gorman is. That's his power alley, is left center field. He goes away with he turns his hips, he throws his wrists ahead, and he goes there with power. They were playing him at the warning track, so he put it to left center, and wisely advances to second base. He'll be playing at the next level too, folks. And that's a strike on the inside portion. So we have one out, a 3-1 lead by the Bulldogs, a 3-run bottom of the third, and the Bulldogs again with a runner in scoring position, looking to add to this lead. At bat number 21, Zach Beckler, the shortstop, also a right-handed pitcher, the senior. And that's over the plate. He turns on it. That's a liner to center. On the run is the center fielder, and he's going to suck it up for the out. Good contact. Kind of waved that a little bit. And now the Crusaders finally have 2 outs, and Kesner obviously having worked much harder than he had in any other inning, and worked a lot harder than Ponce had to in the first. So now after 3 innings, the Bulldogs not only have the lead on the scoreboard, but that inner lead, that inner workings of the game I was talking about, the Bulldogs losing in earlier, they're now winning in because Kesner's pitch count is way up. And emotionally, it's a draining inning because the Bulldogs, there's been no errors. They're just showing you that they can do it in every facet of the game. At bat for the Bulldogs, it looks like Travis Costa here. Can't see the number. The catcher for the Bulldogs, and he's going to take a strike on the inside portion of the play, and yes, it is the catcher, Travis Costa. And the kick and the delivery by Kesner, the hanging curveball hangs up, and it grazes the shoulder of Costa. Kesner not happy. I don't see the coach coming out and saying anything, so they must have seen it, and I'm sure see it on the replay. So Costa's going to get the base, and really that doesn't bother the Crusaders in any way because that creates a force out anywhere, first, second, or third. So pretty much you're either going to pitch around Costa, hope he chases, or you hit him. Now this batter matters, and really you kind of didn't want to have to deal with Tenuta in any way because he can definitely make you pay with 2 outs. The sophomore, again, opening up on fire here in 2022. The kick, and the pitch is called the ball. Must be low. That's the only depth I can't give you, folks. Anywhere else, I can't see the edges like the umpire can. But I will say, the games we've seen on both over there, both sides of the diamond, the umpire has been spot on. I haven't seen any, it really has. They stay consistent where they are. I mean, every umpire is different. You got to get in a groove with that, and every umpire's going to make a mistake or two. And he rips that one, but it's going to go too far foul. Turns on, it gets a good piece. He's got a nice swing, smooth. Not a lot of movement, which means not a lot of room for flaws. Not a lot of quirks and ticks in his swing. A smooth cock and load, and he goes, and the ball travels. Sophomore's batting .500. Some clutch hitting, some clutch pitching this season. And that's the outer portion of the play. And they get the strike on it. So Tenuta down in the count now, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bulldogs plated 3 runs in the inning, 3-1 score. Bottom of the third inning, Westerly Field. 5-0 Bulldogs battling the Prout Crusaders on the back end of an away and a home doubleheader. And that stays in, goes to the backstop, and that's going to advance both runners. So now, suddenly, this becomes a big, big batter. But also, what you going to say here? The opportunity for a hit and them to open the game right up, or do you walk them and give them the base, but then create a force anywhere because there's 2 outs? The way he has started the season, if you've done any scouting, there is no decision whatsoever. You walk him. If you're the catcher, you stand up, put your arm out, and walk him. He's not gonna. He's gonna squat down. Let's see if Tenuta makes him pay. And the pitch stays way back, and he goes to the backstop. They tried to pitch too finicky to him because he's too dangerous. They should have walked him, and they paid for it. And that run right there should be an RBI for Tenuta because he's had such a great start to the season. They pitched to him like they were afraid of him. To the backstop it went, and another run for the Bulldogs. Great at bat by Tenuta, making the pitcher work. I don't know. That's just not a smart decision if you're a Crusader. You walk him, who's had a batting 500 with the RBIs he's had, and you get a force anywhere. And I don't know. That's just fundamentals, but they've paid, and now it's 4-1, and they got a runner 90 feet away still with 2 outs, and that's over the outer porch, and he frames it. It might have been a little too far away. Nice job by the catcher for the Crusaders, but number 12 up, Drew Bozak, the sophomore for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs talented at every level, sophomore, junior, senior, freshman. The Prout Crusaders come in with 5 seniors, 5 juniors, 5 sophomores, and 5 freshmen. Can't get any more balanced. All right, that's a strike over the outer portion, steals second. And so now we have 2 runners in scoring position, but Bozak is down in the count with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And you can't get too finicky. This catcher has shown the ability to allow balls to get by him, quite frankly. And low and away, takes it, ball. And that's a gutsy take with 2 strikes. He gets the call. Infield at normal depth. The play's at first base, 2 outs. A lot of pass ball movement here is benefiting the Bulldogs thus far this inning. And that's over the heart of the plate, foul to the left, way ahead of it. Still alive, though. And now, I mean, generally, you pitch carefully with first base open or you walk, and guys on second and third. That has not worked out well this portion of the inning for the Crusaders. It's resulted in pass balls. And that pitch is inside. He gets up under it, and it's out of play backward. Back into the Bulldogs bleachers. So 2 strikes. Bozak protecting the plate. 2 outs, 4 plated here in the bottom of the third. 2 men in scoring position. Bulldogs looking to really open it up if Bozak can come through with a clutch 2-out hit here. First base vacant. That's right over the plate. Fouls. It stays alive. Barely gets a piece of it. Straight back it comes. And the catcher talking to Kesner. This Bulldog team really just right out of the gates. And a lot of these kids that you think had downtime in the offseason, they were playing. They were either at camps or they were playing on other teams, this Bulldog team. So, and that pitch off speed, he tries to pull it, and that's bobbled by the third baseman. Will they get it there on time? They will. And then he does have an off-speed pitch right there. I saw it officially. Bulldogs tried to pull it, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So Kesner gets out of the inning, but not before the Bulldogs able to plate 4, take a 3-run lead. We have 3 in the books here at Similori Field, and the Bulldogs lead 4-1. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner Shane Belanger, who is operating the newest addition to Westerly.live, his drone, which you'll see more of on Facebook and all around. And we have Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Bulldog baseball on a beautiful day. We will be bringing you more baseball action next on the 19th at 11 a.m. More Bulldog baseball action, starting the season the way they have hoped, 5-0, looking to go to 6-0. They started this one down by 1, and they have overcome that, and they now lead by 4. Across the field, the Bulldogs suffered their first. The Lady Bulldog softball team suffered their first defeat of the season, a tough loss just a couple days ago. So they sit at 3-1 on the season. And the Bulldogs' Ponce is ready to throw down. Actually, Costa just getting ready to step back in because he was on base. So they'll get a couple more minutes to throw. But that inning right there, I think at least they tacked on 1 run by not walking. Tenuta's trying to pitch careful around him. His at-bat, a really good at-bat, making him work, turned into a pass ball. And he reached first. And really, if you know how he has started the season, you don't even give him the opportunity. So, this Bulldog team, they throw down, and Ponce, let's see how his quick pitching progresses. If they key on it, if they even notice that he's doing it to him, because that really does affect your hitting. If a pitcher lands his plant foot, gets the ball back within a second, takes 2 steps back, and you got to come back at you 3 seconds later, you allow him to get into a rhythm, and you're not in a rhythm, and then suddenly, before you know it, you're 6, 9, 12 outs deep into a ball game. And that's the kind of pitcher Pons is. He'll sneak you. He's not going to overpower you. And the pitch, strike, not a strike. See, that's what I can't tell the depth. Apparently, that's a low ball these days. So 1-0 count, no argument. So they're used to the height of the strike zone, and that's a strike. Nice cutting fastball. That was starting when I played. They started to really alter the height of the strike zone, and that was low and in, grounded to first base, and he sucks it up and for the out, 4-3 for the Bulldogs. Nick Fiore on the play. So 1 up, 1 down for Ponce. Only 2 pitches thrown. Good at bat. And number 9 steps in for the Crusaders. Bodie Kaiser having a great day. Really, he has had a good day. He had a good first at bat. He's had a good day in the field. He's a junior first baseman and a pitcher. And he's a lefty. Lefty versus lefty. Breaking ball and a beauty. Inside, off the plate it starts, and then it cuts back in so late that there's almost nothing you can do with it. And right off the inside of the plate, Ponce Jr. showing that's his plate. He owns it, and he's going to throw wherever he wants. This batter right in the middle of the box. He's not hovering over the inner portion of it at all. From the far end of the mound, and that's a beautiful breaking ball. Strikes out the second batter of the inning. And Kaiser frustrated at the plate. A beauty. Cuts over the outer portion. So Ponce, I'm going to say now with 5 straight down, up and down, is officially in a rhythm. You saw him just have to warm up. It had been a long time since our last game we brought to you here was the last game that he started. I mean, he came in for an extended save versus NFA. They won that game 7-4. He did pitch well, but starting the game is a different beast. Warming up before the game, knowing that you have the longevity of the game changes how hard you throw your pitches, what pitches you throw, how often you throw them. And they turn on a ground ball to shortstop, and he vacuums it up, and he's good for the out. 6-3 for the Bulldogs. That's Zach Beckler on the play, having a nice day at short, and that's going to wrap up the inning with 3 up, 3 down. Quick inning for the Bulldogs, quick inning for Ponce Jr., and momentum is officially on the side of the Bulldogs. As Ponce has hit his groove, the Bulldogs offense hit their groove last inning and look to continue. We have 3.5 in the books, and the Bulldogs set to hit in the bottom half of their 4th inning here. This production, folks, is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly, RI. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning. Mulch, lime, fertilizer, lawnmowers, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, you don't need it, folks. Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer, located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up to $700 off a new phone with trade-in. Switch from current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. Strategia, website design and maintenance. Social media management. Search engine optimization. Local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. Remy's Cycles, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Cycling, accessories, clothing, safety gear, the latest in electric bike technology. Stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, also located 53 Railroad Avenue, downtown Westerly. Modern toys, classic toys, board games, model building, stuffed animals. All the toys you can imagine, that's Teddy's Toys, 53 Railroad Avenue. And Valenti Subaru. Subaru sales and service, located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly, RI. Valenti means value. With over 90 years in the auto business, the Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile are the cornerstones our business is built upon. And that pretty much is the official 7th inning stretch of a 7-inning game, the middle of the 4th inning. So I figured I'd bring to you all of our sponsors. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Bulldog Baseball live at Similori Field. Bulldogs lead by a score of 4-1, and first baseman, number 11, Evan Klein, steps in for his leadoff batter in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Prout Crusaders, Kesner was in a groove through the first 2, but ran into some major problems in the 3rd. as the Bulldogs were able to plate 4 and do a number on his pitch count. And a power pitcher he is, that does more damage than it does to a pitcher like Pons, who shook all the rust he had off, which would be expected after having such a long time between starts. He did that in 1/2 an inning. And the run that did find its way to home plate isn't even on his back. It's an unearned run. So at the moment, he's got 4 innings complete and no earned runs. So he's got 4 shutout innings statistically on the books. And the swing, fly ball center field. Looks like he's got a track on it. And he does. He vacuums it up. So unassisted 8. And that's just what the doctor ordered for Kesner, a quick one. And around the horn it goes, and Shepard Simmons is going to step in, number 10, third baseman, junior for the Bulldogs. Nobody on, 1 out. Bulldogs looking to start things up here with 1 out, as they have a 3-run lead here. And low and in, trickles away. As that was a major issue there in that inning, was the trickles away. I had just got done talking about the difficulty, the backstop, and the real estate, all the way, the whole distance of the field, from foul pole to parking lot on both sides, all the way to the backstop. There's just a lot of real estate. So if the ball ends up there, if you throw a pass ball, forget about it. If you're throwing to third or you're throwing to first, you automatically get 1 base, and it all depends on the kickoff of the fence, whether it's going to be 2 or 3. And it really does. You have to play those balls very, very carefully, and Prout found that out. Simmons tries to go the other way with it, sprays it out of play. So the Bulldogs from here will, like I said, we will have coverage of on the 19th at 4 p.m. Rogers High School will come to town, and they're going to head over to Rogers on the 21st. Simmons, 2 strikes on him. And the pitch, a nice breaking ball, hits it off the middle for a single. Simmons, nice 1-out single to get the Bulldogs started here in the bottom of the 4th. Beautiful swing, level swing, right up the chute. Bulldogs shooting a lot of them right back at Kesner. Talk about fundamental swings. That's the result you get from fundamental swings. So like I said, at some point I'll try to catch you up with some of the other sports. We got one heck of a men's volleyball team in Federico Gymnasium here this spring. If people want to head out at all during the week and catch some games. And nice pitch outside. I'll let you know where the next few are here. And they've started their season at 3-0. That's 3 matches on the win side, 0 matches on the loss side. And those 3 matches break down to 9 games won and 0 games lost. 3 3-0 sweeps for the Bulldogs. So that Valier and the pass ball, see, that's an automatic 1 run. It's settled at the backstop, and he's going to end up at second. It's got to be played to keep him at 1 base. Now the Bulldogs have 1 out and a runner on in scoring position. So the home, that is a home field advantage. You look at this field, and there's a 1 out of play area by the batting cage over there. But everything else looks just like a normal field, and it is a normal field, dimension-wise. But if you're traveling here, and you're coming from a field that doesn't have such a big distance from the backstop, you can't let the amount of pass balls go by you that have. Because a lot of these pitches from Kesner, they're not wild pitches. See, they're low and away, and the catcher's kind of reaching rather than doing what they should, shuffle over and get their body in front of it, or drop, squat, whatever you got to do, become a little bit of a brick wall rather than a reacher. Because of the destination. If that works out for you on your home field, that's one thing. But here at Similari, they've seen what they can do on it. So he turns on a ground ball. Good job of the third baseman. He's knocking it off his body. Unfortunately, Simmons forced the look at second base, and that didn't give him time to throw to first base. So he reaches base. Runner Simmons forced to stay at second. So as far as the Crusaders go, that wasn't too deadly. That's not too bad. That's pretty much the equivalent of a walk or an intentional walk. Creates a 1 out force anywhere. So if I'm the Crusaders, I'd be at double play depth. They're not. Their second baseman is. Their shortstop most definitely isn't. And breaking ball stays upstairs, 1-0 count. Ponce at bat. Simmons in scoring position. Looks to add a run. Tries to help his own cause here a little bit. Single would more than likely score the run. And that's a breaking ball low and away for a ball. Two men on, one out, bottom of the fourth. 4-1 score. Dean Ponce Jr., the pitcher. And that's right over the heart of the plate. Pop foul, and it will not stay in play. It'll land just to the right of us. And Kesner at the ready. And that's right over the heart of the plate. Turned on. That's not going to stay fair. And it doesn't. But he sure got a good piece of that one. Turned on that pitch. 2 strikes on Ponce. Pretty good speed between the battery and that first base. So doubling him up is going to be tricky. The ground ball to the shortstop is going to be even trickier as far away as he is from second. But I think they're just really worried about a runner getting to third. So he wants to guarantee the look and the pause, and they'll take the one out. And the breaking ball away, beautiful pitch. Swing and a miss by Ponce. That's a tough one. That sucks any batter in. It started upstairs, and the hard breakaway off the plate ended up really as a ball. That's just a beautiful pitch. So 2 outs now, and Gorman at bat. Can he tack on one for the Bulldogs? Well, can he? He sure can. He can tack on 3 with 1 swing. But let's see if they keep trying to pitch him away. That's his little secret. Us lefties, that's our little secret. Go in the other way. That's what you train for. And the breaking ball inside, off speed, swinging a miss, and boy, he was looking deep into the woods with that one. I'll tell you, that was a beautiful pitch, and that stayed over the plate. Really, it was the speed. I think the speed variation. That Kesner doesn't have too much command over, but he does change speeds. It's deadly. Off of the outside corner and quickly up 0-2 on Gorman, and that was a nice pitch on the outside portion of the plate. Umpire looking for some baseballs here. Apparently we only have 1. Oh, now we're back to 2. We're doing better than that here in Westerly. So Kesner back up on the hill. We got 2 down. Runners on first and second, bottom of the 4th. Gorman at bat. Down 0-2. 1 swing in the back can change that in many ways. The 0-2 pitch right over the plate, and that is out of here. That is long gone. Why would you give him a pitch like that with an 0-2 count? Head back to first base. Make sure you touch them all. And he does. I said he could do it in a swing of a bat. Sure did he. A 0-2 laser beam out of here. Home run. Greg Gorman. And that opens thing wide open for the Bulldogs. 7-4. Folks, that was one of them ones right off the bat you knew. I didn't even have to take a look at the left fielder and see if he knew. I knew. And I knew before, why would you give him that pitch? 0-2 Pitt, who you got to stay away from him. Unexplainable, unfortunate, beautiful swing. Boy, he has a beautiful swing. Look at the replay on that swing. That's beyond a high school level swing. That is fundamentals at their best. It's pure, it's smooth, there's no quirks in it. And that was a missile. He can hit him high and far. He can hit him the other way. You give a lefty on an 0-2 pitch on the inner half of the plate, a 4-seam fastball of his caliber, he put that out of this park in 2.5 seconds. And that adds to the excitement of Similori Field. Boy, let me tell you, this baseball team, boy, they're going to set off some fireworks this season. They're just getting started. They're up 7-1 here in the bottom of the 4th, far from over. But looking to go to 6-0 to start this thing off here. A lot of games to play, and boy, this team seems to just be warming up. Number 21 for the Bulldogs, chops and foul. That's Zach Beckley, who's had a great start to the season. He had 3 RBIs in their 7-4 win versus Norwich. So they're getting. He's playing a great game at shortstop. He's been busy today, and so the Bulldogs bounced back from the top half of that first inning. I'm excited. I really am, if you can't tell. I'm excited about the rest of the season for this team. A lot of this team's been playing together. Beckler's saying he got hit by the pitch. The umpire's not buying it. And the pitch by Kesner. And that's behind him. Asking to get hit by the pitch behind him, kind of coincidental timing. We'll let it go and see things further from here. Getting a little chippy from the dugouts by that pitch. Surprised the umpire didn't say a word. And the pitch by Kesner. And on the inner portion, swung on, foul back, 2 strikes. So the Bulldogs up 7-1 after trailing by 1, have scored 7 straight. It's the bottom of the 4th inning here, folks. So Dean Ponce Jr. on the hook for 0 runs, 4 complete, no runs allowed, 1 run unearned in the top of the 1st. And a line drive, great at bat. After get a little heckle, get throw behind his head. The best answer you can do as a hitter is get a hit. And that's what Beckler did. He went with the pitch to right center field, and he cheered his way all the way down the first baseline. I don't know if I'm supposed to be happy he did that, but I love that kind of stuff in sports. And that's what it's all about. It's all fun, good-natured fun, and competition. And Costa is up. He is the catcher. And what a key component to this team he is. Because all this stuff I've been telling you about pass balls here at Similori, he's been trained to defend against all that stuff from happening. So a catcher for a high school team here in Westerly has a lot more responsibility than at a lot of other ballparks. And he does a heck of a job, let me tell you. And a lot of the ones that get by him, he even slows them down so they don't even make it the whole way. Some of them do, and that's going to happen, but never nearly as many that has happened for Prout today. And that ball nearly hit him, and that bounces up the third baseline and will advance the runner. But Costa doing one heck of a job, and he's a junior, so he'll be here next year. Bulldogs not looking for next year, though. They have played together, a lot of these guys, for well longer than 4 years. They're built for this year. They're going to be good next year, but it's a here-and-now baseball team. 2 down, runner in scoring position. Pass ball, going to bring him to third. And there's been a lot of pass balls. That ball, in my estimation, I don't know if you call that a wild pitch because the catcher didn't reach for it. You're kind of supposed to shift, and you got to get those. And he's not really doing a great job of that. And a lot of Bulldogs have advanced. I'm not the official scorekeeper. I don't call a lot of these wild pitches. I call them pass balls if I'm the scorer. But so Kesner, who came into this thing with 2 really good commanding innings, he started with. In order, 6 down for the Bulldogs. And that's over the outside portion, strikes him out. So gets Costa looking, ends the damage. Emotional scars from this inning, though, after that Greg Gorman at bat, let me tell you. And the rest of the Bulldogs, everybody contributing, 4 in the books. And here's Gorman's home run. If you want the replay, what a beautiful swing. That swing reminds me of Ken Griffey Jr., folks, but it's got a little Greg Gorman of his own into it. And who knows, we'll be talking about him down the line. He'll be playing at the next level, and that ball got out of here, folks, instantly. And I don't know about anyone else. I knew as soon as he hit it by the sound of the hit and it's the launch speed off of his bat. I know that he worked on that up at the Institute, and he's got professional launch speed off of his bat, and I'm not just making that up. I've talked to Coach Pizzato and seen videos with the actual mile per hour. And he makes contact at the level of professional batters. And I'll tell you right now, that line drive home run, if that was lasered, that got off his bat at a major league speed. As a pitcher against him, you could never do that, especially when you find yourself ahead 0-2. He's not going to let you get away with it, ever. And the Bulldogs capitalized clearly and doubled their lead. So after trailing by 1, they tacked on 3 in the third. And a lot of pass balls and a lot of good hits. And they tacked on 3 more here they tacked on 4 actually, but 3 more on Gorman's home run. So Costa just getting back behind the plate because he was the last guy at bat. But I was talking about the catcher's role here in Westerly, and due to all the real estate from dugout to dugout in foul territory to the backstop, it's a really big extra responsibility as a catcher. He's going to throw down quickly, almost hits his pitcher. You don't want that to happen. And we're going to get ready to get started here in the 5th. Everything going in the Bulldogs' favor. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, folks. We are your only source for Westerly sports action. Who can bring it to you like this? Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. That's it. You got split screen. You got right behind the play, bird's eye view, instant replay. And you're going to have a lot of Bulldog baseball this year, folks, because this team looks like they might be going places. First pitch, fastball, upstairs, swing and a miss. But don't worry, we're going to be headed inside Federico Gymnasium as well. That team started out right in their groove as well, as the boys volleyball team has won. It's 3-0 this season, 9 games to none. Haven't lost a game yet. 3 matches to 0. Up 2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 misses, 0-2 count for Ponce. Ponce has settled in his groove, to say the least, already ready to go. And the Prout Crusaders allowing him to pitch at his speed and be in his groove. And the breaking ball stays away for the ball. So 1-2 count. But after that first inning, he got in the groove in the second. And that was so impressive. The fact, swing and a miss, fouled. Costa catches it, 1 up, 1 down, gets his strikeout. And 1 out, nobody out for the Bulldogs. Because he had a tough first inning where he gave up the run. And just a quick rundown. Then he had to lead off at bat. Didn't reach base. That always gets to a batter in high school. That's why they don't even bat at the next level in college. He swallowed that, dusted it off like it never happened, and got command immediately on the mound in the top of the second and has improved every inning since. That's resilience, and that's a level of play that only some athletes have, and Ponce has delivered that today. A lot of Bulldogs here are at a level of play that is high school quality caliber. And he is ahead of the batter here who fouls it back. Number 24 in the box, Aiden Forcier, the freshman catcher for the Crusaders. Okay, now I feel a little bad he's a freshman. I should have looked down a little bit earlier on the pass ball situation. Oh, man, and he goes the other way with it, a little floater, and almost snagged. No man's land for the Bulldogs. That's going to go in the books as a single. Nice way to go away with it. And it's a little bloop single to say that's exactly what it was for the catcher for the Crusaders. I don't know if he's been the catcher this whole game, but if you're only a freshman and you're battling the Bulldogs, this Bulldog team here at Similori, then it's a learning experience, and I shouldn't be beating them up so badly. I just saw the number. So that being said, first pitch upstairs, 1-0, number 16 in the box, Aiden Skids, the senior outfielder for the Crusaders. And the kick and pitch, check swing, and he went. It was over the plate anyway. That's that cutter, a beautiful. He only really had to use his fastball and his cutter the last game we saw him pitch. That cutter was so devastating. We've seen him use a few different pitches this game, but definitely in the groove. And he's going to check him back. He fooled him. Got him picked off between the bases. We have a rundown. And they should have thrown a little earlier. Tag it first, and they got him on the tag from behind. Bulldogs got away with it. Threw a little bit late back to first base, but they got Ponce's pickoff, and now there's 2 outs and nobody on in the top half of the 5th. All emotion on the Bulldogs' favor. The little late throw in the back half of that rundown forced the back tag. Nice tag it was by the Bulldogs, and as first pitch to the batter is a ball. As number 16, it's still in. This is the second pitch. 12, the senior outfielder. We now have nobody on, 2 outs from the windup. Inside portion, fouled out of play. So Ponce's pitch count is now probably getting at a area where you're at least paying attention to it, because he's got a comfortable 7-1 lead under his belt, and it's all in the books after this half. Sprays it foul, the right side, can't quite get there. Almost into the visiting bullpen. 2 strikes on the batter. So the 6-run lead, he's going to have 5 complete under his belt if he can get 1 more. No earned runs. Looking to go 2-0 on the season as a starter. He has 1 save. Nice breaking ball. How he didn't get a strike call on that one. He kind of got squeezed a little bit. But that happens. Nice pitch that was. That broke late. And he comes back with a breaking ball high and away. He got the batter. That's the sucker strike. Got him swinging. And that's going to be 4.5 in the books as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. Bulldogs 7, Crusaders 1. Official game in the books at the moment for Ponce, who has given up no earned runs. Highlight of the game thus far is going to have to be Greg Gorman's laser beam home run to right field. Got out of here in about 2 seconds, as you all saw on replay. Jack Tenuta is going to lead off the bottom half of the fifth. We'll see how much further Ponce goes. There's nobody down there in the bullpen at the moment. The Bulldogs have star freshman he opened up his freshman campaign. Michael Poole, that is, doing just a great job on the mound. He's tall. He's got long arms. And if you know how to use that as a pitcher in baseball, you think of people like, Randy Johnson. They use it well, and it creates torque, which creates speed and whip. And he's got all that as a freshman, so wait till he gets command of all that. And the more coaching and the more pitching he gets, it's just going to get better and better. He's going to be wicked exciting to watch the next 4 years. So like I said, a lot of the excitement on this Bulldog team, they're not leaving after this season. But there's no talk about after this season because there's one goal and only one goal in mind for this team. And they're doing it yeoman-like. They're doing it workman-like. They get here and they go to work. They were down by 1 run. They shook off the dust, no problemo. And they've done workman-like. They've chopped up 7 runs here. So we have a pitching substitution for the Crusaders. Kesnet, his day's over, had a really good first 2 innings. The Bulldogs offense just proved too tough over 4 innings. The third inning and the 4th inning, he gave up 7 runs. And now we have Bodie Kaiser in, who's had a pretty good day. And he's a junior first baseman pitcher for the Crusaders. And the music shuts down. We're looking for our last warm-up pitch. And I guess I was waiting, but no better time than now. I was speaking of Jack Tenuta, who's ready to step in for the plate. He has won the award, folks, for week 1 here in spring sports. Athlete of the Week. Winner ending April 2nd, Jack Tenuta Westerly. Jack Tenuta, a sophomore pitcher for the Westerly High School baseball team, struck out 3 and allowed just 1 hit in 4 innings as Westerly beat East Greenwich to open the season. That was game 1. He has just continued from that. We are 5 games since then, and he has just done nothing but add to his statistics. So what a campaign he is starting off this season. And congratulations to him and the Athlete of the Week award. I know that the upcoming week, Sophie Valentini for the softball team is one of the nominees. And the inside pitch, nice cutter. So a little more movement on the breaking ball, on the fastball, and I don't mean movement miles per hour wise. I mean movement left to right wise. Tenuta back in. 0-1 count. And wind's picked up a little bit. Got him on the hands. Pops one up, and that's going to be vacuumed up by the first baseman. That's Kesner, who took over the spot after his day was complete on the hill. And it turned into pitch count with Ponce after 1 inning. It was just a little bit up for his pitch count, but then he just took complete command. And talk about mental toughness. You saw that from him, man, with the first inning, his leadoff at bat, which was nothing crazy, he just didn't reach. And then his second inning. That transition in a high school player, that mental toughness and the ability to do that little thing right there, that's what the college teams look at. That's what your recruiters are looking for. And he's not going to bat, but he's going to face adversity. And can he get over it in time for him to pitch properly that following inning? And he's proven that he can do that right here. And the Bulldogs have done nothing but extend their lead. So it's a high-powered offense, and they field well. And that's off the outside corner, and the umpire has been given that outside strike all day, so I'm not going to complain. He's been very consistent with it. Number 12 for the Bulldogs, Bozak, having a nice day out there in center field. And that's over the plate, turns on a ground ball, foul ball. An excitable team, the Bulldogs, but also know when to get serious. And the softball team is actually in action today at Middletown. 5:15 they started, so I don't know exactly what time it is now, but they're starting anywhere around now. They're trying line drive, and that's going to fall in for a single. Nice at bat for Bozak. they strike at any part in the order, and it doesn't matter the count. This Bulldog team can do damage. And he was down in the count that entire at bat. He hung tough, and they wait for the pitcher to make a mistake is what they do. Number 6 for the Bulldogs, Trey Rexis. He's a junior. This is his first at bat of the game. So the girls' fast pitch, they're on the road, like I was saying, at Middletown, trying to bounce back from their loss. To Prout and throw over to first as Bozak got a nice lead and got the attention of the pitcher. And the pitcher is a lefty, so you got to be careful, but you always want to try to get as much attention as you can. Step back throw, and I got his mind on him at least a little bit. The more you can get his mind on you, the more the advantage goes to the batter, because that means the mind ain't on him. So doing a nice job. Rex is the lefty versus lefty. First pitch, breaking ball, and he does a nice job going with it. Might have got under it a little bit too much, and he did, so the runner's going to return. That's to be a 7 unassisted for the Crusaders. He went with it. Breaking ball was right over the plate, but he just got under it a little too much for an easy fly out. And the out for the Bulldogs, so 1 out and 1 on. And Noah Burdick. Bulldogs have done some shuffling in the lineup, getting everybody out there to play here, even only with a 6-run lead. Which is definitely doable, but this baseball team, they're a tough crack. They're a tough nut to crack, I got to tell you. First pitch strike down 0-1. Couldn't have gotten a better day for baseball. The wind's there, but it calmed down just enough. No dirt in their face or in my mouth. And the outside portion gets them waving on one nice pitch. Kaiser, the junior, having a nice day for the Crusaders. In addition, Matthew Chauffet, the freshman, number 11, shortstop for the Crusaders. He's going to have a nice future ahead. That pitch is away. It's a ball. And the shadows will slowly creep in, but we may get done with this game just before then. 4 o'clock start usually avoids them. 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, the game gets finicky. It really does affect the game. And Steele, second base, fouled out of play. He will return. So obviously the hit of the day so far, and I think unless he tops it himself, it's going to go to Greg Gorman. The missile to right, back in the batter's box we go. Checks him out first, a kick. Fastball over the inner portion, the ground ball. Nice play by the third baseman. Got to go to first with it, and a nice throw across the diamond to end the inning. And that one heck of a play. Number 22 for Prout, and appropriately getting commended by his team. Andrew Friends, the senior. Nice snag, stealing the hit away from Rexis, because that will surely look like a single or a double down the line. You got to give that kid credit. Great job. And that ends the inning and puts Prout back in their dugout. Ponce back on the hill for the Bulldogs. I don't know what the number of pitches is. It's obviously well within his area of running at this portion of the season. So let's see what happens from here. And the Bulldogs are always in good hands with him on the hill. Bulldogs have a dangerous two-headed attack with a heck of a closer. 3, 4 for any high school team always becomes a little bit more tricky. Kind of becomes an athlete that can pitch. It seems to always be the case, and that can change throughout a season. It can be an athlete that can pitch that's hot right now, and suddenly it might switch off. But as far as the two-headed monster with the closer, and the fact that they play home and aways with every team, pretty much a 2-game series, the Bulldogs, man, they have a really, really good chance of having a great record this year. They have a two-headed monster with a good defense and an offense that can bite you anywhere in the lineup, 1 through 10. They can get things started. They're good in the base pass. They're well coached. And that's just about it. I don't know really what else I've seen. I've had exposure to them more than just the 2 games that we've brought to you. And they're well coached and they're focused, man. These guys they go on the field with a purpose. And they have fun. That's the thing. They're having fun in what they're doing. And it's impressive to see that at their level. And they're not senior laden. They're an even team across the board. 5, 6s, and 5s. Freshmen involved, will be involved in some games. They're not really involved at the moment. In the box for the Crusaders, it looks like a new body for me. I can't quite see his number. It looks like he is number 1, and that's going to be Noah McParlin, the sophomore. So Ponce at the ready, batter in. Top of the 6th inning, Similary Field, folks. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Bulldog baseball. First pitch is a breaking ball. Bulldog 7, Prout Crusaders 1 here, folks. And Ponce 6 outs away from, if they let him do it, a complete game victory. Bulldogs entering this game 5-0, having just defeated Prout 9-2 2 days ago. Looking to go to 6-0, and from here they head to Rogers. The first game is going to be here in Wesley, and we're going to bring it to you on the 19th at 4 p.m. They turn on it, and that is going to be backhanded by Beckler. Great job fielding across the diamond. What a play! And he is out by the umpire, out by the monitor. Nice defense by the Bulldogs. That's what I'm telling you. From the deepest part of the infield, a missile across the diamond right on the money. Look at the replay. Great job by Beckler of fielding, throwing, and nice job stretching at first there by Klein, and the Bulldogs defense shows what they can do right there. So that right there shows, that allows the pitcher to work and create his mastery on the mound. It allows him to try new things, work different pitches, work different areas on the hill, and the count goes to 1-1 because he has confidence in his defense. And Ponce pitches like that. He doesn't think he's got to make every out himself. He's got to strike out every batter. He knows there's 8 guys behind him and 1 in front of him, and they can all help him. And this Bulldog team does that. And that combination with his confidence in the guys behind him and his ability to pitch himself, that's a next level pitcher. And that's going to be low and away. 2 balls and a couple of strikes here. Nobody out. Well, 1 out and nobody on for the Crusaders. Bulldogs at normal depth all the way around the field as if we are shaded here now at Similary Field. And that is fouled back. Ponce has turned in one heck of a performance here today. The Crusaders chipped in 1 unearned run early in the first inning. A little miscommunication is all it was between third and first. I wouldn't even call it a physical error, although it did look like one, because Beckler at short check swing got a piece of it, but it stays foul. But it's a fair ball, and he is out because he swung on it. Correction, he didn't get a piece of it, strikeout. So I didn't see that. I thought it was a foul back. Strikeout for Ponce. 1, nobody on, and 2 outs for the Crusaders. And stepping in, number 22, Andrew Friends, the senior third baseman, who just got done with that beautiful play at third, as you saw on replay. This game's has had a lot of replays. It's been a replay-worthy game. And thankfully, Westerly.live and Westerly.radio, we bring those replays to you. And first pitch hitting, he ropes one to center. Perfect depth playing the Bulldogs. That's Bozak, and I think I gave him credit for shortstops. That was Beckler at short and Bozak on the play right there. Not quite sure. Regardless, 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs in the 6th. They are in sync, playing from every aspect of the game, fielding, hitting, running, pitching. Ponce is in a groove. Shirley he's looking for a complete game now. His pitch count's getting lower inning by inning. He's getting stronger inning by inning. We are 5.5 in the books. The Bulldogs 7, the Crusaders 1. The Bulldogs are 3 outs away from starting their season 6-0. And a 2-game sweep of Prout. As like I said, Rogers their next opponent. And the Bulldogs have the Athlete of the Week. And that Athlete of the Week, that's for all sports across the board. So the coach's take on the season is appropriate, and it's stood true thus far. It's, quote, we have very high expectations. We have the talent to do it, but we can't just show up and expect to win games. The leadership is unmatched of any group that I've coached. If I could not make it, they could probably coach a team. That's Coach Fasato's words. And, man, they played just like that. He couldn't have summarized his team any better. He's built a team to be what it is and to be all of that. So the credit goes to him. But, man, they show up every day, and they do just what he says they do. And they are a lot of fun to watch, man. I can't wait to watch them more this season. And we are going to be right back and bring them right to you on the 19th. And it's the opening end of a home and away doubleheader versus Rogers. And, you know, the day that maybe you drop a game could possibly happen and stuff, I think that if that day does happen, this is the kind of team that bounces right back. They seem to Teflon, they silicone, everything goes right off of them. And that's what Ponce did with his with his first inning. Gave up an unearned run, didn't get frustrated. Didn't reach base, didn't get frustrated. Hit the hill 3 minutes later because his team went up, 3 down. First pitch swinging, pop, foul territory. Tough to track here, folks. Out of bounds it is. Out of play it is. 0-1 the count. And Ponce took the hill and just immediately took command of the game from there. And his team's offense jumped on board next. And then from there, the fielding jumped on board. And they took over the game. They really did. At-bat number 34. This is his first at-bat of the game. Braden Champlin, senior outfielder for the Bulldogs, the lefty. Lefty versus lefty. We've seen that about 4 times today. Stays inside, low. 1-0 the count. Bottom half of the 6th inning here, Similori Field. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. Together we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. Bringing you the new member of the family, the drone operated only by the mastermind owner of this company, Shane Belanger. You'll be seeing more of as time passes. So the strike on Champlin gives him 1, evens up the count here. And the catcher and pitcher meet quickly here. Prout with 1 more shot at this one. As they head to the top half of the 7th inning, they'll be trailing by at least 6. The lefty Champlin ready. And the lefty Kaiser, the junior, on the hill. And that pitch is low. 2 balls for Champlin. No outs. Nobody on. And that's up and away, but that was the right height. Nice pitch. 2 strikes on Champlin. That pitch had some nice movement on it. And that's over the plate. He gets a piece of it, fouls it off. So the boys volleyball, as they swept Shea/Tolman, they improved to 3-0. Marcus Hake and Dante Wilk finished with 5 kills each in the sweep in Division II boys volleyball. That was on Tuesday. The pitch. Breaking ball, nice pitch. Turns on a hopper. The first baseman takes it. Can he flip it to the pitcher on time? And does he get his foot there on time? He does, just on time. Nice play out of the defense by the Crusaders, 1 down. So Westerly Volleyball, they won by set scores of 25-4, 25-13, and 25-7. That's the 2nd straight game that they weren't challenged. We brought you their previous one live. And on the season, they are 9-0. They have not lost 1 game. Hake also had 5 aces and 4 digs. Wilk finished with 4 aces and 6 digs. Ogle, 4 kills, 2 digs. Armitage, 10 assists and 4 aces. So they got help all across the board. And the 3-0 Bulldogs next play East Providence on Friday at 5 p.m. So stay tuned. There's a lot of excitement inside Federico Gymnasium growing and brewing around this boys Bulldog volleyball team. Right in front of us. Talk about excitement. That's what we're dealing with, though. Swing and fouled off, number 7. Dean Ponce Jr. on board for the win here, looking for his 2nd win in his 2nd start. He also has a save in his only attempt. So he's off to a nice start this season. Hadn't started in a while. Had to knock off a tiny bit of rust. Gave up an unearned run on the top of the 1st. They haven't been able to solve him since. They haven't really threatened at all, they being the Crusaders. Bulldogs won their first contest 9-2, and they have a 7-1 lead advantage here in the back end of the doubleheader. And that's over the plate, hit hard. Shortstop doesn't get there on time. He does. Called out by the umpire. I'm going to have to see the replay on that one. And we're going to see this one only from Westerly.live. And he was there, folks. He was there, but the live eye can't show you what Westerly.live can. And you might lose it behind the hood, but he is stopped directly on the bag, and you can see the ball not there. Luckily, the play didn't matter in the scope of the game, but as the season progresses, you folks, we will be bringing you those replays only at Westerly.live. They're going to show you the truth behind it. And the umpire missed the call. Gorman intentionally walked after hitting that devastating Laser beam home, 3-run home run, and his last at bat. Nobody on, nobody out. If you get an intentional walk, that is the ultimate respect in baseball. And now Coach Sposato explaining something to the umpire. Number 8 in for the Bulldogs. 2 out, 1 on, 7-1, bottom of the 6th. And they check him back at first. He's safe, dives easily back. But, yeah, that's the ultimate respect. If you're leading by 6 runs and there's nobody on and there's 2 outs and they still walk you, you have intimidated them, folks. You win for the day. And Greg Gorman, if there's any singularity victory, he definitely won the mental game versus Prout today, boy. Deservedly so. The kid is an unbelievable hitter. He's above his competition. Let's just hope everything continues for this entire team. And over the middle of the plate, swings on. Third baseman sucks it up. 1, and that's all they needed. That's going to be 6 complete in the books. And the Bulldogs, who are looking to go to 6-0 and remain unbeaten, have a 7-1 lead. They are only 3 outs away. 3 outs away from their 6th victory of the season in their 6th game of the season. And Ponce will take the hill, looking for the complete game victory, looking to go to 2-0 on the season with a save to boot. Looks like Costa's going to get a substitution behind the plate as he has no gear on, which is peculiar for a catcher, so I'm going to assume someone's going to come out with gear and get a little work behind the plate. It's always good to get work and extra work behind the plate. That's a wise decision by Coach Pizzato. Anytime you can get your backup catcher work because of the complexities and the distance behind home plate, put him in any live game position that you can. Because if it ever becomes necessary and you need him, the catcher is such a important position at this field. Back when we played, man, we had a soccer goalie, Chris Cincarelli. He vacuumed everything up. He was a dirt dog. He played catcher with, he could squat so low on the ground, and he shifted his body over. Very little, if anything, ever got by that guy. And it's an unsung hero. People didn't really notice unless you were on the inner workings of the team. They realized how important it is. But he was a goalie in soccer, and he was a backstop in baseball. So that helped out a lot then, and you can see it helped out a lot here today because they had a lot of balls. I don't know how you want to call them because there's a difference between a pass ball and a wild pitch. The difference is who it goes against. A pass ball goes against the catcher, and a wild pitch goes against the pitcher. And I kind of think a lot of them were reached at by the catcher where this is a shift-your-body field. Can't reach for them. So that's it for me and my rambling, and it looks like we have a live catcher behind the plate now. Number 24, Zach Miner, the freshman catcher. He's a catcher, he's an infielder, he's a right field pitcher, and he's a freshman getting some work in a live game here. So that's always good. He's going to go up and have a talk with his leader, Senior Dean Ponce, looking for the ace of the Westerly squad. I say they're an ace. They're like both pitchers, and Tenuta only being a sophomore. Ponce clearly is the ace and leader on the staff, but Tenuta coming out with a vengeance, showing some real skill and abilities all over the field in different ways. So right here, we're 3 outs away from victory number 6, 6-0 record, if Ponce can do it. First pitch, right over the plate, strike 1. And the dugout is alive on the Bulldogs side. They take the field workmanlike, but they have fun, they're animated, and they're into the game. And pitch number 2 on top of him. Since the first inning, he's been on Ponce. I say he, but Ponce Jr. has been on top of every hitter. I said that first inning was a little off, but since then, man, boy, did he ever bounce back. Still got the same pop on his pitch. Strike, and that's a curveball, and that's the height that they're looking for the check, but he's safe on that. I thought it was a strike on the pitch, but it's a little bit low apparently. So the count 1-1. That's the only thing I can't see is the height on the low end. But no complaint by Ponce, and the pitch, that one stays up. And that one gets past them, and those are the things that they will work on in practice, especially if you're young and you're a freshman. Those are things that you're going to notice. That can never happen. The kick and the pitch, and now Cutter cuts a little away. Strike 3. Boy, a cut on that pitch. I thought it cut too much. Umpire liked it. He's been taking that side of the plate all day long. What movement on that cutter he gets. He really reminds me a lot of Greg Maddox. He really does, just the way he utilizes all of the plate in such a small package. And they turn on it. That's the right center. And we're going to get to it, though, and we vacuum it up. And that is Gorman on the out for the Bulldogs. 2 down, 1 to go to end this thing, folks. And quickly making an end to this 7th inning, folks, is Dean Pons Jr. as his Bulldogs team. And nobody on and 2 outs. And number 11, the freshman, who has had a nice game at shortstop. He's going to be fun to watch for those Prout Crusaders growing up and growing through. And there's that cutter. They don't give it to him there, but 1-0 count. Had a nice day here, come here in Westerly and play one heck of a Westerly baseball team and do a nice job against them. Ponce's pitch right over the plate there. Called it low. See, that looks like a strike to me, and it's low apparently. 2-0 the count. Bulldogs only need one more as they're going to get away with this one with no lights. And there was no concern with shadows. And that's a strike called, 2-1 count. And they were down by 1 run at one point, 1 unearned run. So he's going to get 7 innings. And a 7-inning shutout is what Dean Pons Jr. is going to get credited with. And shortstop, and that's going to be the same exact thing that happened in the first inning. Shortstop, that time it was Simmons in the first inning, a little miscommunication with his shortstop as to whether they cut it off or not. He stopped at the last second. Shortstop didn't know. That's a tough play by the shortstop with the communication. So that it's going to be an error. It's going to go on the shortstop, and there's a runner on. There's a mass substitution on the field, I should say, folks. Just so you know, the defense behind the Bulldogs has completely changed, and now it looks to me like the JV team is on the field, and that's a great thing to see here at home. I'm happy to see. That means that the varsity has done their job. You got a varsity pitcher. I see Pools over at first base. We've seen a lot of him. The freshman closer, he is going to be explosive. He already is. Wait till he grows all the way through his senior year. And fouled back, still alive. So that's why we see a new catcher and a freshman behind the plate, because we got that squad all the way out there. There are a few varsity players out there, because I know that Greg Gorman's out in right. And yeah, I see Tenuta out there in left. So the infield has been what turned over. And it's great to see these guys get a little exposure. They get a little opportunity here. 1 out away from completion. That's all Dean Ponce is worried about. Stealing a second. Swing, check, swing, foul ball. He missed it. He's going to have to go to first, but it got by the catcher. He's going to get to first. And they are still alive here. And that's 2 pass balls. He's learning the depths of the field. And there's runners at the corner with 2 outs. Ironically, if that run does find its way behind, that's actually not ironic. That's the incorrect use of the word. Coincidentally, it's happening again. And it's a mirror image of the first inning. That's all I'm really trying to say is the same exact placement. Third baseman stopped, didn't tell the shortstop. Steal second, strike taken. He wants to take care of it himself here at the plate. Number 4 up, that's John Abadiello. He is a senior catcher for the Crusaders. And Ponce looking a little more pop on that pitch. Maybe he wants this himself. Pop on that one's a little bit low. He's put a little bit more behind these. So that's a 1-1 count here for Dean Ponce Jr. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Runners on second and third. 6th win. Strike away, swing and a miss. 1 more strike to go, folks. I get excited and say it before it even happens. I'm not right half the time, so I really got to be careful of that. They are 1 strike away. I know Ponce wants this himself. And that's the cutter away. A nice hit. And Willie scooping, keeping it in front of him. He does. He does a nice job of that. Gorman keeping that in front of him, taking it on the hop. Nice job of hitting by number 4, going with the pitch of Badiello to the right side. So Ponce can't quite finish this one. And the Crusaders push around their second run. It's an unearned run, and it's by a group of brand new guys. So I'm going to go easy on them 100%. Those are things that are going to work with age and growth and repetition and coaching. And they just are going to get more reps under their belt. And heck, the varsity team did the same exact thing in the first inning. These things happen, and the Bulldogs are going to look to put it in the books here. They got 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning, a 7-2 lead. And the pitch right over the plate, swinging a miss, 0-2. He's right way ahead here. Not where you want to be if you're number 3. The junior, Andrew Krikorian. Everything in option for Ponce Jr., 0-2 count, 2 outs, 7th inning. The pitch, right over the plate, swinging a miss, gets by the catcher low. That could score a run if he can't make the throw, and he's going to get there again. The most frustrating thing in baseball. Want to know what that is to a pitcher, folks? It's a strikeout where the runner reaches first. There is no more frustrating thing on a pitcher. And 2 runs have plated on 2 strikeouts. That's why, just if it sounds as silly as it does to say, if I listen to that back, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs scored, that's because it gets to pass balls. And you can't have that, and we've talked about that earlier. 7-3, there's no worry in the game, but Dean Ponce is frustrated. I'm not sure how that runner reached, to be honest with you. But the pass ball is going to be an error on the catcher anyway. So still no blemishes out of the 3 runs. They're all unearned. It just doesn't look as good. Swing and a miss. And here we are again, trying to do it. You can see that extra pop. Up 0-2. And McParland steps in down 0-2. And the kick in the pitch, fastball fires, and he does it himself. Upstairs, climbs the ladder. Dean Ponce Jr. goes the distance for the Bulldogs. Gives up 1 unearned run in the top of the 1st. Bounces back, takes command immediately in the 2nd inning, and really was never challenged from there. He goes the distance, folks. Gives up 2 more unearned runs here in the top of the 7th inning. 7-inning complete game victory. Dean Ponce Jr. goes to 2-0 with 1 save on the year. The Bulldog team, the big story, they go to 6-0 on the season. They are next in action on the 19th, folks, right here, Similori Field, and we will bring it to you. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing it to you from all angle and all heights in the sky. Tune in, your only source of Westerly.sports, folks. On the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We had Lisa behind the lens. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, signing off. We will see you on the 19th right here, Similori Field, folks.